struggling with morning stiffness, fatigue, or nagging health issues your doctor dismisses as just part of aging? What if that assumption is completely wrong? Today, I'm going to share 5 simple morning habits that have allowed me to live independently and remain medication-free at 94, while many of my peers, some half my age, rely on daily pills and constant support. One of these habits, Habit 3, completely transformed my brain health. It takes only 4 minutes each morning, yet 92% of seniors skip it, unknowingly missing the single most powerful opportunity to protect their cognitive function. Just 2 years ago, during my annual checkup, my doctor was visibly stunned. My biological markers matched those of someone in their 60s, over 30 years younger than my actual age. When he asked how I'd done it, I shared the 5 habits I've followed religiously for decades. And here's the best part. You can start them tomorrow. Morning habit. 1. The strategic hydration ritual. Why do 84% of older adults wake up feeling stiff, groggy, and drained when a simple 30-second hydration ritual can prevent it? Most people don't realize that overnight dehydration is a serious health risk for adults over 60. During sleep, your body naturally loses around 1 liter of water through breathing and perspiration. Yet most seniors begin their day with coffee, a dehydrating beverage, rather than replenishing what was lost. This is more than just a comfort issue. Johns Hopkins Medicine found that even mild dehydration can decrease brain function by 27%, increase inflammation markers by 31% in adults over 65. That's why geriatric specialists now consider morning hydration a key biomarker for predicting long-term health outcomes in older adults. Take Eleanor, age 82. She suffered daily headaches and dizzy spells for years. Her doctors tried various treatments, none of which worked, until she discovered that chronic dehydration was the real cause. When you wake up dehydrated, you set off a chain reaction of health issues. Joint deterioration worsens as synovial fluid becomes more viscous, increasing wear with every step. Cognitive function declines because your brain can't efficiently conduct electrical signals or flush out waste products accumulated during the night. The fix is simple, but timing matters. Each night, prepare a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water with a small pinch of natural salt and drink it immediately upon waking, before coffee or breakfast. Room temperature water absorbs more quickly than cold water. The natural salt supports cellular absorption through a process called osmotic balance. This isn't just about drinking more water during the day, though that's important too. The real magic happens when you break your overnight fast with hydration before introducing anything else into your system. If plain water first thing in the morning isn't appealing, you can add a small squeeze of lemon, but avoid sweeteners, which can spike insulin and disrupt your metabolism. Start tomorrow. Feel the difference. Within days, your cells are dehydrated right now. Try this tomorrow, and you may notice less joint stiffness, sharper mental clarity, improved energy, and in a few short weeks, many people also experience better digestion, higher daily vitality, enhanced skin elasticity as hydration levels stabilize. This one habit completely changed my mornings at age 75. I've practiced it every day since, for nearly 20 years, and it's been one of the cornerstones of my independence and well-being. Habit 2. Circadian-aligned sunlight. Exposure. Did you know that missing the critical morning sunlight window increases your risk of depression by 69% and disrupts sleep patterns within days? This statistic from a University of Colorado study highlights one of the most overlooked aspects of senior health. Stanford University's Center for Sleep Sciences confirms that 10 to 15 minutes of morning sunlight exposure resets circadian rhythms and boosts serotonin production by 42% in older adults. The specific wavelengths of early morning sunlight trigger specialized receptors in your retina called melanopsin receptors, which then signal your brain's master clock in the hypothalamus. This precisely timed light exposure sets dozens of biological processes in motion, from hormone production to body temperature regulation to digestive enzyme release. Robert, 78, eliminated his sleep medication after simply changing when he received daily sunlight exposure. He had been taking his daily walks in the afternoon, unaware that morning light exposure is fundamentally different in its biological effects. Without proper morning light exposure, your brain reduces melatonin production, creating a damaging cycle of poor sleep, increased inflammation, and accelerated aging. The disruption affects far more than just sleep quality. Your circadian rhythm influences over 150 bodily processes, including blood pressure regulation, immune function, and even how efficiently your body metabolizes nutrients from food. Research from Northwestern University has demonstrated that seniors with disrupted circadian rhythms show measurably faster rates of muscle loss and cognitive decline compared to those with stable daily rhythms. Step outside within 30 minutes of waking for 10 to 15 minutes of natural morning light exposure, even on cloudy days. The key is to avoid wearing glasses, sunglasses, or contacts during this exposure if possible, as glass and plastic filter out some of the specific light wavelengths needed for circadian reset. The light must enter through your eyes to be effective. Skin exposure alone won't reset your internal clock. If weather absolutely prevents outdoor exposure, sitting near a window helps somewhat, though it's roughly 50% less effective than direct outdoor light. For those in extremely northern regions with limited winter sunlight, a medical-grade light therapy box, designed specifically for circadian regulation, can be a helpful substitute, though natural light remains superior when available. Your body's internal clock is waiting for tomorrow morning's light signal. Don't miss this critical window again. The benefits of this habit compound over time, creating increasingly stable sleep-wake cycles that support every aspect of health. Within a week of consistent morning light exposure, most seniors report falling asleep more easily and waking more refreshed. Within a month, many experience improvements in mood, energy, and digestive regularity as their internal clocks stabilize. Habit 3. 4-minute cognitive priming routine. Why are you allowing your brain to lose approximately 30,000 neural connections every morning when a simple 4-minute routine could reverse this loss? This isn't hyperbole. It's based on neurological research into brain plasticity in aging adults. Neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School discovered that cognitive priming exercises performed immediately after waking increase neuroplasticity by 37% and improve executive function throughout the day. The early morning hours represent a unique opportunity for brain training because your neural networks are in a more adaptable state as you transition from sleep to wakefulness. This is due to elevated levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called miracle grow for brain cells, which peaks shortly after waking and gradually declines throughout the day. Margaret, 86, prevented significant cognitive decline during recovery from hip surgery by maintaining this morning mental routine. While physical therapy was postponed during her recovery, her cognitive exercises maintained brain function during this otherwise high-risk period. Skipping morning brain activation creates a cumulative deficit, accelerating cognitive decline and increasing dementia risk by 29%, according to longitudinal studies from the National Institute on Aging. Each morning represents a critical opportunity to engage the brain's plasticity mechanisms, either positively through deliberate activation or negatively through passive activities that fail to stimulate neural growth. The damage of skipping this habit isn't immediately apparent, which is precisely why so many seniors neglect it, until cognitive changes become noticeable, at which point significant neural connections have already been lost. Perform the 4-4-4 morning challenge. Solve one simple math problem. Recall one detailed memory. Learn 4 new words. Visualize your day. All for 4 minutes total. This precise combination activates multiple brain regions simultaneously, creating what neuroscientists call cross-connectivity that strengthens overall cognitive resilience. The math problem activates your logical reasoning centers. Memory recall strengthens hippocampal networks essential for information storage. Vocabulary learning builds language centers, and visualization engages planning and executive function areas in your prefrontal cortex. The specific 4-minute time frame is based on research showing that brief, intense cognitive engagement is more effective than longer passive activities. To implement this effectively, prepare materials the night before. Perhaps a math problem from a book or app, a memory prompt such as recall your 30th birthday, 4 new vocabulary words, and a simple visualization exercise. Your brain's neural connections form or fade with each morning's choices. Strengthen them tomorrow. The cognitive protection this habit provides is both immediate and cumulative. Within hours, you'll experience improved mental clarity and sharper decision-making. Within weeks, regular practitioners report better word recall and increased confidence in cognitive abilities. Within months, the habit creates measurable increases in cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to compensate for age-related changes or minor injuries. I've practiced this habit since age 70 and credit it significantly for my continued mental acuity at 94. Habit 4. Strategic mobility sequence. Are you sabotaging your independence by following outdated morning exercise advice that actually increases joint damage in seniors over 70? Most traditional stretching routines were designed for younger bodies and can be actively harmful for aging joints and tissues. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that performing the wrong morning movements increases inflammation by 31%, while a targeted 7-minute mobility sequence reduces pain and stiffness by 44% within 2 weeks. This dramatic difference exists because aging connective tissue requires a specific approach to movement that respects its changed biological properties. After age 70, collagen fibers become less hydrated and more cross-linked, meaning they need gentle, progressive warming rather than the aggressive stretching often recommended in fitness magazines or videos targeted at younger adults. Thomas, 85, reversed his need for a walker by replacing his harmful morning routine with this strategic sequence. He had been faithfully following a stretching routine from his 50s, unaware it was contributing to his mobility decline. Common morning stretches like toe touches and neck rolls create micro damage in older adults, accelerating the very joint problems you're trying to prevent. Deep forward bends place excessive pressure on spinal discs that have lost hydration with age, while rapid neck movements can compromise blood flow through the already narrowed vertebral arteries typical in older adults. Even seemingly gentle movements like sitting twists can create shearing forces on spinal facet joints if performed immediately upon waking, before tissues have reached optimal operating temperature. Follow the inside-out mobility sequence: gentle shoulder rotations, seated marching, doorway chest expansions, supported squats, and ankle circles, all before breakfast. This sequence follows a physiologically sound progression that first increases core body temperature and blood flow to major muscle groups before challenging joint ranges of motion. Begin with seated shoulder rotations, arms relaxed at sides, making small circles that gradually increase for 30 seconds to activate upper body circulation. Progress to seated marching. Alternate lifting knees while seated on a firm chair for 1 minute to engage core stabilizers and increase lower body blood flow. Move to doorway chest expansions. Stand in a doorway with hands at shoulder height on either side. Gently lean forward for 30 seconds to counteract the forward posture many seniors develop. Continue with supported squats. Holding a counter or sturdy chair, bend knees only as far as comfortable for 1 minute to activate the largest muscles in your body and stimulate metabolic activity. Finish with seated ankle circles. Extend one leg and rotate foot clockwise and counterclockwise for 30 seconds per foot to improve lower extremity circulation and ankle mobility, critical for fall prevention. Your joint health is determined by how you move in the first 30 minutes after waking. Start the correct sequence tomorrow. Most seniors notice immediate improvements in morning stiffness within the first few days. Within 2 weeks, the cumulative benefits typically include improved posture, reduced pain with daily activities, and increased confidence in movement. After a month of consistent practice, many report significant functional improvements in activities that previously caused discomfort, such as getting in and out of cars or reaching overhead items. This mobility sequence has been the foundation of my physical independence since my late 80s, allowing me to maintain household activities that many of my peers have long since abandoned. Habit 5. Protein timing. Nutrition protocol. Did you know that eating the wrong breakfast foods accelerates muscle loss by 23% in adults over 70, regardless of your total daily protein intake? This finding, from research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, challenges conventional nutrition advice that focuses on total daily amounts rather than strategic timing. Nutritional researchers at the Tufts University Human Nutrition Center on Aging have discovered that when you consume protein is just as important as how much you consume. For older adults, protein timing plays a critical role in determining whether they maintain muscle mass or experience accelerated sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle tissue. After the age of 60, the body develops anabolic resistance, meaning it requires not only more protein, but also strategically timed intake to effectively support muscle maintenance. Unfortunately, many seniors consume the bulk of their daily protein at dinner, when the body's ability to build muscle has already declined, while starting their day with carbohydrate-heavy breakfasts, missing the window when muscle protein synthesis is at its peak. Barbara, 91, reversed 2 years of progressive strength loss in just a few months by simply adjusting the timing and content of her morning meals. Previously, her breakfast, like that of many seniors, consisted of toast, fruit, and coffee. This type of meal offers little to no support for aging muscles and actually contributes to issues like unstable blood sugar, increased inflammation, and decreased cognitive performance throughout the day. When you begin the day with mostly carbohydrates, your body triggers an insulin spike, which not only prevents effective fat burning for hours, but also fails to supply the vital amino acids your muscles need during their most receptive state, the morning anabolic window. This window narrows with age, making timing even more critical. To take advantage of this, consume 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 30 minutes of completing your morning mobility routine. Ideal sources include eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie with added collagen, Research shows that a concentrated dose of around 30 grams in one meal is more effective for seniors than spreading smaller amounts across the day. The timing after light exercise is no accident. Physical activity boosts blood flow to muscles and enhances their ability to absorb and use protein for repair and growth. Here are a few easy meal ideas. 2 eggs with a side of cottage cheese. Greek yogurt mixed with protein powder. A smoothie made with whey or plant-based protein plus collagen, which supports joint and skin health. Avoid pairing these with high glycemic carbs like white bread or sweet fruits, as they can reduce the muscle-preserving effects of your protein intake. Every morning, your body presents an opportunity for deep cellular repair. Don't miss it. Many seniors report noticeable increases in energy just days after adopting this habit. Within a few weeks, grip strength improves and fatigue during everyday tasks decreases. After 3 months, studies show measurable gains, or at least preservation of lean muscle mass, compared to the steady losses seen with conventional breakfast routines. I've followed this protein timing protocol faithfully since my mid-80s and credit it as a key reason for my continued physical strength and independence at 94. These 5 morning habits aren't mysterious or extreme. They're simple, science-backed practices that align with your body's natural biology. My independence hasn't come from anything extraordinary, just consistent, intentional daily habits. Your body has the same potential. When you give it the right support at the right times, resilience at any age is possible. The morning is your greatest window for biological optimization. It sets the tone for your entire day. So, what habits are already part of your routine? Which one will you start tomorrow? Share your experience in the comments below. It might just inspire another senior to reclaim their strength and independence. And don't forget to subscribe for next week's video, where I'll share the evening habits that promote restful, natural sleep. No sleep aids needed. If you know someone struggling with their health, share this with them. These small, powerful morning shifts could completely change their life.